Today's episode is sponsored by Globally Paid. Globally Paid is a service that integrates payment acceptance into any software to help businesses scale faster and without friction. Globally Paid handles credit card processing, fraud protection, payouts, dispute alerts, and chargeback management. And Globally Paid is all about great relationships, global payments, custom tech. Everything begins and flows with compliance. For more information, visit globallypaid.com. Hello, I'm Tony, and welcome to the Tony Shap Show. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today we have Ross with us. I'm super excited to have him on. I can't wait for him to share with you where he's come from, where he is, and where he's going. So, Ross, take a second to say hello to everyone.
Hi, Tony. I'm glad, so grateful to be here with you today and answer your questions and tell everybody what's going on.
Great. So let's dive right into it. So, as you know, the theme of the show is Top 10 with Tony, and I have these 10 questions that I rapid fire through. And I'll start off with the first question. What's your one-word open that you could use to describe how you're feeling right now?
I'm feeling zen, Tony.
Zen. I love it. You'll have to okay, let's go to question number 2. Tell me about your business. So tell me about how you got started, what it's all about, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, ZenBusiness is really the one-liner. Is we like to talk about us as we are the Shopify for the service industry. So everything that a service solopreneur needs to start, run, and grow their business, all in one spot. We're that one-stop shop for solopreneur businesses. The way it got started is, I'm an entrepreneur myself, 30 plus years in the entrepreneur business, and really saw a need that needed to be filled for this oncoming, economic wave that's been accelerated by the pandemic and COVID. More and more people are going out on their own and starting their own business, and service business is the biggest segment in the US economy and in the global economy. So we're focused really on service folks.
Got it. Now let's talk about some wins. Tell us about a recent W that you were able to put on the board, so to speak, that's important to you, that's dear to you, and what you learned from it, so our audience can kind of get some value there as well.
Yeah, Tony, we have to date, we have started 80,000 businesses. So every day when I come in, I think about our customers and getting them formed, up and running, making them successful as a small business. I mean, this is a big deal for solopreneurs. You don't know what to do. You don't know in what sequence to do. You don't want to go out and have to research the 10 or 15 different vertical solutions. You want to be able to just come to one spot. And so what gets us excited, and I hope it doesn't sound too self-serving, is that, we're here to make customers successful. And to date, we've done 80,000 and continues to grow. We have just closed a big round of funding led by Cathay Innovations, a $55 million round of funding, which is really an indication of the explosive growth that we've seen and the success we've seen. There's just a huge market out here and a huge need to help all of these folks starting up their first-time businesses.
That's really wonderful, and congratulations on your recent round. I think what you offer is going to help a lot of businesses and a lot of people, and I think you're on a bigger mission, and your why sounds really powerful. So that's really great. Let's talk about failures. I know we don't like to talk about failures, but we all learn from them, right? Some of us, not to mention any names, take longer to learn from failures. I try to learn once, not twice, but share with our audience, a biggest failure you've had recently and what you learned from it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was, I'm a big believer in feedback, not failure. So, the strongest feedback we've had probably was early on in our evolution. We thought, hey, we'll go out and acquire customers with a mobile application, and we'll give them updates on the status of their formation of their LLC. And I will tell you, it was a complete flop, and what it really taught us is that, we thought it was a neat idea and no one cared. So, it really focused us, which was already inherent in the company, but it really focused us on testing. So we do a tremendous amount of product market research, surveying our customers, interviews, Google design sprints. I mean, we never want to ever again build something that no one wants to buy. And, I started out my career as a software engineer and went through a CTO, and now I've went over to the dark side. I'm a CEO now, and I've spent most of my career building software that most people don't want to buy. I mean, I think it's part of the software industry. And so we just spend a bunch of effort on making sure that what we offer to our customers is something that they want and need. So it wasn't a huge bit of feedback, but it was enough of a feedback to, as you said, I needed a quick reminder. So it was a reminder, maybe we should ask people if they actually want this.
Right. And the only person that comes to mind when you say that is Steve Jobs. We didn't know we needed iPhones, but he knew, and he went and he was successful at it. But that's great that you actually went with it. You went forth and you launched it and you tested it, because there's a lot of things that, I always say the whiteboard is a great place for things to go die. You put on the whiteboard, you never implement it. And sometimes, every once in a while, you put on the whiteboard, it gets implemented, but at least you tested it, you took it to market, and you found out, hey, it's not for your clientele when they're
I mean, it really caused us to do a major pivot, as far as how we acquired customers, and which is the foundation of the company today. So we treated it as feedback, and it wasn't a huge investment, but it was a blatant, no one wanted it. So it was really caused us to refocus the company, which was great. That's what it's supposed to do.
Now, when people incorporate, just as a side note, are people doing the rush service and you still have to FedEx them their articles and stuff and their filing, or is it all digital now? Just so I know.
It's all digital. It's all digital. I mean, our whole segment's all digital. We do that for cost. We have a great digital platform. They can see everything online. We've got a digital dashboard. Everything happens faster. They can still do rush service where we do the filings and get them back to them quickly, sometimes within hours, but it's all online.
Okay. A lot of the entrepreneurs I talk to, they quickly, it's always about go to market quick, and it's going to be 12 months, but when they want to incorporate, they want to do it quick and expedite, and they all pay that expedite fee. I would just, if you don't know this, that's fine, but at a ballpark, tell us, Ross, like what percentage of all the new deals that you put together, what percentage are expedited or requesting to be expedited?
Well, Tony, we offer our services in packages, in bundles, like a lot of other online SaaS-based services. So depending on which bundle you buy, some of them have standard processing times, some of them have, expedited, and some of them even super expedited. So you can pick and choose what you want. In general, it's around 30%. There's more that pay for the super expedited, but you get to what's in the bundles is what a customer needs to get up and running. All of our service is pretty darn quick, I will tell you, because it's online, it happens within days, sometimes within weeks, depending on the state. Sometimes states are the holdup, not us.
So true. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's move on to your favorite online business tool. Can you share with the audience what that is for you right now?
Well, I think it's everybody's favorite online business tool, especially the investors, is Slack. I mean, we completely run our business with Slack, and with the recent announcement from Salesforce, it's just a fantastic tool. And I think the other one is, you know, we run our business also on the Google suite of products. So, you know, Slack and Google Suites is one of our favorite tools that, you know, powers our business on a daily basis.
Excellent. Let's talk about business expenses. Can you share with us what is your largest or number one business expense that you have right now, Ross?
Well, it's going to be our people, it's our team. And that's always been, you know, the case for any startup is, you know, it's the staff, it's the people make the company, and that's where your biggest investment is in. You know, when COVID hit, you know, like everybody, we were panicked. When it hit, no one knew what to do. Our traffic was stable, but our conversions were down about 30% for 3 to 4 weeks. And then they just really took off after everyone calmed down. During that time, you know, what we did is we said, hey, we're not laying anybody off. We cut expenses, we cut bonuses, we cut raises, and kept everybody in the company. That was a commitment. They had gotten us where we had got so far. So we continued to commit to them. They're all still here at the company, and, you know, we're doing better than ever. It's always our biggest expense, and we're happy to have it as our business expense. Our team makes up our company.
Absolutely. Having the right people on your team, having the right people on the bus, you know, it's so important, because those are the people, like, you know, the book that we've all read, you know, Culture Crushes Strategy for Breakfast, or something like that. You know, it's your people, and it starts with the culture. And it sounds like you're a great leader and you got good things going on. And in the context of business expenses, I have to ask, because I'm in the credit card business, credit card processing, payments. So where would you say that payment processing is a top 5 expenses for your organization?
No, I wouldn't put it at the top 5 for our organization.
Got it. Let's go on to best resources for attracting and signing on new clients. What's your best resources you're using today to get high value clients?
Well, we spend a lot on SEO, you know, search engine optimization. So that's a big area where we focus on. It comes with kind of my background, coming from one of the founders at HomeAway. HomeAway was a top 10 organic search company when I was there. So organic search is a big part of what we do. We're also a public benefits corporation. So we promote, you know, us as a public benefits corporation, not only to attract employees or team members, but also to attract new customers. Everyone loves the message that, you know, we're more than just a bunch of bloodthirsty capitalists. We're out here to save the world. And that is our mission, is definitely to save the world one business at a time. That's really is organic. We do some PPC also, obviously, via all the search engines. But it's also, we have a big word of mouth. We have a super high NPS, super high on reviews. So there's a lot of referral business and repeat.
Yeah, that's great. You're doing a lot of things right. With the number 80,000, you're doing a lot of things properly. So that's great to hear. Let's talk about, you know, what's the one question, Ross, that you wish people would ask you? So when you're up there giving presentations, keynotes, talking to your team or one-on-ones or investors, when you're in front of them and there's a Q&A section, or, you know, people line up to ask you questions, what's that one question that you wish people would ask you and they never ask you in business context?
Yeah, Tony, that's a great question. That's a great question. Ironically, you know, for me, it's the question I ask when I'm in people is, I really want to understand, what is the difference that makes the difference? What is it that you think makes the company successful? You know, the original thought, or the original question, or the existential question. And for us, it's, you know, it's the product, it's the service that we deliver to the customer. I think that you have to focus on that first, as, you know, do people want what you're selling, and what value does it bring to the world? That's kind of you know, you can't lie to your customers. And so what is the what's the truth that you're bringing to your customers, and why is it that they use your product or service? I think to me, that's always the core of any business or any endeavor is, what's that value you're bringing. We spend so much time on the details and the craft and the strategy and the tactics, which are all very important, that come with experience. You can't just wade into this and hope it all works out. But at the end of the day, you really have to deliver value, and that gets expressed in customers wanting your product and using it.
That is really powerful. And thank you for sharing that with us. Now, let our listeners know how they could get a hold of you, how they could connect with you, your website address, your Twitter handle, however they could find out more information. If they have any questions about this interview or more information, more questions about how exactly you help people, if you can share that with us, that'd be great.
Well, they can always come to ZenBusiness.com to get our products and service, or they can send me an email at ross@ZenBusiness.com, or on LinkedIn. Also, just search for Ross Buhrdorf for LinkedIn.
Excellent, thank you. So here we are at the final question. What is your one-word close?
Business.
I love it. So we started with Zen as your one-word opener, business at the end. Beautiful. I love it. Well, there you have it, folks. There's Ross. Yeah, thank you very much for coming on to the show. It was really a pleasure to have you. I can't wait to have you on here again and talk about other wins that you have much more to come in 2021 for all of us, and especially you're on to you're creating a bigger future. So that's really great. So once again, on behalf of our listeners and myself, thank you very much for coming on here, and have a great rest of your week.
Well, thank you, Tony. I'm thankful for being invited.
Of course. And there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, and great to have you, and thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next episode. Till next time, onwards and upwards.